grief and pain can birth what was already inside of you to come out. Youngest widows that I know.
It made me feel in a place of despair for a moment. But God has a way to show you that no matter what place I place you in, I'm with you. So God started giving me hope. And when you start seeing hope, hope calls you to say, oh, I can make it another day.
Yeah, I can make it another day.
Pastor Angelic Simmons is a preacher, teacher, counselor, author, and servant leader, dedicated to guiding others through life challenges and into their God-given purpose. Raised in the Washington, D.C. area, she was nurtured in a Christian home rooted in biblical values. At 28, she married renowned evangelist Pastor Nathan L. Simmons, serving faithfully by his side for 8 years. After his passing, she was propelled for servant to leader, launching Total Victory Worship Center to continue their ministry mission. Transformed from widow to a weapon of power, Pastor Angelic, an anointed teacher and preacher, has impacted countless lives. Please welcome Pastor Angelic Simmons.
Welcome to The Widow's Seat, a podcast devoted to the journey of loss where faith and healing meet. I'm your host, Vanessa Hall. Today, we are discussing You're Not Alone, Finding Your Circle with our special guest, my beautiful sister, Pastor Angelic Simmons. Hello, my sister.
Hello, sis.
How are you doing today?
I am doing absolutely amazing. How about yourself?
Good. You look absolutely amazing. Listen, I am so honored. Really, I am. As much as I kid around with you, I am honored to have you on the Widow's Seat today. And the audience and the listeners will be absolutely astonished with your story and how you've persevered through this journey. And so I, again, am excited. I'm so excited. You guys could probably see me cheesing through this podcast to have my sister, who have been with me through my season of grieving, even now to this day. I need y'all to know, as listeners, Pastor Angelic Simmons was one of the first persons who embraced my journey and have been with me from that day to this one. As a matter of fact, my husband would call her Little Angie. Little Angie. And so thank you for taking this journey with me. And so I just want you to tell our listening audience who you are and who your husband was, and just a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I'm Pastor Angelic Simmons. I'm a pastor of Total Victory Worship Center. My late husband was the renowned pastor, superintendent, what they will call him, Nathan L. Simmons. And I've been on this journey for about 18 years now. Wow.
It doesn't even, as a matter of fact, it doesn't seem that long.
Right.
And Angie, I would call her Angie. Now, y'all don't try that at home. Look like she's about 18 still to this day. But now this joke is, no, I was just kidding. We're our age appropriate together. Right. But 18 years, and knowing that 18 years ago, when you look back 18 years ago, how old at that time were you? And in the city, you was one of the youngest widows that I know of, a mammoth of a man, of your husband. You were very young. So take us back at the beginning. You're being young and married, and at the time you became a widow, you had 2 young children. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I was 36 at the time. Had been married 8 years. And I say 8 years because he died an hour before my 8th anniversary.
Wow.
So he died September 27th at about 11 o'clock that night. So it's still 8 years. And so it has been a journey. And sometimes it started off like a severe place of grief, uncertainty, hopelessness, not knowing what was going to be my next.
Right.
So I had to really figure out next. And the people that you thought would be the persons to help you with next, those individuals weren't in place.
Well, how did that make you feel, though?
I just had to grab from other places. Certain people only see you for who you are in certain venues or in certain titles. Some people just see you as first lady. They never see you as pastor. Some people just see you as, okay, you are the little young lady that left my ministry. They don't see you as, oh, you're a grown woman, been married for 8 years and you got 2 children. So everybody want to dictate to you what your next is going to be. And I had to seek God for what my next was going to be, because my next didn't only include me.
Yes.
My next included my 2 children as well. So it was easy for me to say, okay, let's pack up everything. We're going back home.
Right.
I can go back to D.C., start over, go live with my mom, and get my footing. My spiritual mother, everybody was telling me, come on back home. You don't need to stay there by yourself, because I don't have family here.
That's right.
So
that's right. Tell me where you were. Where you from?
Originally from Washington, D.C. So I married and came to Atlanta, and I started my life here with my 2 children and my husband. So their life was here.
Yeah.
My life was back in D.C. So I had to make a decision, not just for me,
Yeah.
but for my 2 children. And they were saying, come back. And my children was like, no, my life, our lives are in Atlanta, Georgia. We are Atlantans. We are not from D.C.
Right.
That's where you from.
Yeah. Take us back.
Don't take us, leave us right here. And so I had to really figure it out, because my husband didn't leave things in place. And when I say in place, he didn't leave a succession plan. He didn't say, oh, you're going to be the next pastor, or your assistant pastor, who wasn't at that time stepping in the assistant pastor role. When things went down and when he went sick, I was the one that stepped up and did everything that needed, as far as preaching, taking care of everything. So no one was looking for him to be the pastor. And then people weren't looking for me to be pastor because the organization that I was in at that time, they didn't believe in women pastors.
Right.
So I had to figure everything out. So I was really in survival mode.
Yeah. Like Otto too. Yeah. Otto. Let's go back to something you said. You mentioned that the village or the people did not respect who you were at the time, or after losing your husband, the disrespect that they gave you. How did that make you feel? And some of the things that made you, that disrespected who you were as a widow and being young. How?
One bishop told me I was lace. I was lace, pretty. Supposed to sit down.
Oh, lace.
Lace, you pretty.
Oh, you
just sit down.
Well, he didn't lie.
But you're not supposed to be running no church. You're supposed to be sitting down looking pretty, because you're lace.
Oh,
And
you were the trophy, in other words. Okay.
And so that made me feel disrespected.
Sure.
Because I've been running things. You haven't been running things, but now you want to come over and take over things.
Right.
Where were you when I needed you?
Yeah.
Now you want to come and show that you're the man.
Yeah. Now.
But so I had to deal with that. And then when people from back home would say, come home, you're not a pastor. You're not a pastor.
Wow.
Those people don't want you as their pastor.
Said that.
They said that. And then letters came, go back home.
Did them saying come back home, or you're not a pastor, did they offer any benevolence, or did they help pay for anything? Nothing. So how did that really make you feel, on top of the criticism and not having the financial needs or meeting the needs for. Now, remind our audience, you had 2 small babies at the time. So how did that really make you feel?
It made me feel in a place of despair for a moment. But God has a way to show you that no matter what place I place you in, I'm with you.
I'm with you.
So another widow sent me $10,000.
Wow.
And I said, okay. Then doors starting to open. I said, okay. So then means from other places that I didn't know that I was going to have, because I didn't know he worked. I
Right.
thought preaching was his only job.
Ah.
Yeah. So then,
Bivocational.
yes.
Yeah.
And so before he got to Atlanta and New York and other places, he worked. So that gave room for me to receive assistance from my children.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So God started giving me hope. And when you start seeing hope, hope calls you to say, oh, I can make it another day.
Yeah, I can make it another day. So how is it, again, even in hope, that you're raising your 2 babies, and you're going through grieving yourself? Tell our audience, how is it, you got kids, and you're managing your life, and then trying to manage your children as well as young babies. How did you do it?
Try to make things stay as normal as you possible can. So.
Yeah.
The Lord would cause certain people to come, and they became my family. They became my village. One lady, she was raising 3 of her own, and we became a family to the point that our kids did everything together, and we just kept them active every weekend doing something. If she did it with them, I did it with them, or we did it together.
Yeah.
But we started raising our kids together. That our kids even went to some of the same schools as well. So that's what you do.
Did you feel even in that you had been forsaken by God, that not just taking him, but now, it was okay when you're by yourself, but when you got to raise kids
Without a father.
without a father?
And so it became kind of hard, because now they don't have their dad. And now they're going to have to, because they were very young, 5 and 7.
Yeah.
So now you need some assistance in that area, because they also going to need a male influence. So I thank God for my dad stepping up. And I thank God for their uncles stepping in to help. But it's still a void.
Yeah. Yeah. How did you find yourself filling the void? And I can identify with one way, because at this point now you got to be mom and you got to be the dad. So how did you feel the void of them not actually having a dad in place, other than you just said your father?
Yes,
and your
because
uncle?
their father is known. So
Yes.
when they turn on the social media, their dad is there.
Yeah.
And people love their dad for being a preacher,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But they don't care about the preacher.
They didn't care. Yeah.
They care about their father
Right.
not being there.
Right.
And so they don't have that relationship no more. So it was very hard. I also did like group therapy, counseling, try to help them with counseling as much as I could. A couple of sessions, and then they were like, we don't want that. Especially that Victoria.
Right.
And so
can see that.
Yeah, so she ain't talking. Alexis, she was more like a crier. Victoria was like more of tough. I don't want to do this. I want to do this. So you just have to let time heal, heal the wounds, and they'll find their person. They'll find the person. They'll find the male that helped them journey through life. They gravitate, like to my dad, they gravitate to their uncles. Sure. And some of the men in the church, they gravitated to. But it was a journey.
In the same journey, how did you find forgiveness to those that hurt you the worst in the most needful time? And even with our children, even as they got older, there's still things that they have to deal with that our trusted, supposed to be community. How do you find forgiveness even in that?
Well, you learn how to say to yourself, is it worth it holding on to unforgiveness in your heart? And just move forward. At first, his church, Citadel, some of them didn't, like me or accepted me. But now, as time goes, they see, well, she wasn't that bad of a person.
Yeah.
And I had to find my own way. And when you find your own way, you hurt people in the process. Because it really wasn't about them, it was about me.
Yeah. And I think a lot of times people feel like, and they lost their pastor, but we lost, a husband, and our children lost their fathers. But at the time, people are very selfish in that moment. And I find myself forgiving them, even 5 years into this. And of course, you've been in it a while. And so even in that, with your maturity, you said something about when y'all pastored together, your church and the organization you all were in really didn't accept women pastors. So I know your story, but how did you make that transition when you knew God called you? Now, he didn't set it up for you.
Right.
My husband set it up for me in a way. It still was a choice that I decided I wanted to do, not just from talking with God. He said, this is what you're supposed to do. But how did you make that transition, even in a community or an organization that they did not recognize you as a woman preacher or a woman of God at the time? How did you make the transition for someone that may be listening today?
First, prayer, and asking God to lead me in every transition. I didn't make a move without seeking the Lord. I thought Citadel would be my final place.
Okay.
Because that's where my husband left me.
Sure.
But because of certain things, I had to ask the Lord, what is my next? I didn't want to leave Citadel. God told me to leave Citadel. And I think it was the best decision for me at that time.
Sure.
And sometimes you got to give God a yes, even when you don't want to give him a yes.
Now, does everything that God tells us to do or you to do,
no,
we don't want to? Did it make sense?
It didn't make sense, and God just put people in place. He will always put the right people, send the right people to help you to do what He has told you to do.
We don't have to understand. We just got to obey.
We just got to obey. And the people He would bring, they would step in to do what we need. And that's been my journey. Everything He told me to do, then He'll bring the right connections to cause me to say, okay, this is God saying it. Because I was fighting it.
Did you ever want to say, even in the earlier years, I'm not talking about now, that you're like, man, this is not for me. I don't have to struggle.
I said no.
You said no.
I said no. I don't do it because of my yes. Not because I want to. Why you couldn't just give me a millionaire husband?
Right,
Let me
right.
make millions.
Right. Yes.
No, God, this is a journey that God put me in. This is not Angelique's doing. This is definitely God.
Right. It is certainly not for the faint in heart either.
Right.
You got to have the tenacity of a
Yeah.
bull, even in our circumstances, to keep it moving.
Who want to do budgets?
No, I didn't have one of them, but no, I don't want to.
You don't want
I don't want to. And I know it's been years for you. And you said, speaking of husbands, you said, if I had a millionaire husband.
Yes, girl.
Or somebody that can just,
Take this load.
take the wheel.
Yes.
After 18 years, would you consider?
To get married, if the right person came along.
Mm-hmm. What would be the right person for Pastor Angelic Simmons?
I'm still a unit.
Yeah.
It has to be somebody that not only love me, but my children, and my children accept as well, because I'm still a unit.
Yes. And men especially don't understand when they marry us, they marry a family.
Yes.
Yeah, they marry everybody. So are you open now? And you're open?
When the right person comes.
Yeah, it wasn't part of my questions, but since we went there, and you're beautiful enough, and you have so much to offer. Not that you're just going to get a millionaire, but he's going to get a fine woman that really have shown the world and her children and her family that you can and you have been not just surviving but thriving, and pastor successfully. You have your own conference. Tell us about even that, Angie, that even in your being a widow, how you have found purpose in life again, and you're doing it well. Can you tell the people about that?
I think before COVID, I've always been a woman of prayer. From 18 years old, or even in my teens, I've always been someone who loved to pray. And so my husband was a man of prayer. I was a woman of prayer. I think that brought us together, prayer. And so COVID caused me to do something that I probably would have never done. And that would be to get online and pray.
Every day, except for Monday through Friday at 5 a.m. And you've been doing that how long?
5 years now. March would be 5 years.
Wow.
And out of it birthed the book, Try Prayer. It birthed a conference, Outpour. And I've done it twice, and the Lord has blessed. And I love doing what God called me to do.
He's literally took your pain and turned it into purpose.
Yes, ma'am.
Even though we knew it was there the whole time, but really it's amazing how grief and pain can birth what was already inside of you to come out. Because I really felt that I wasn't gonna make it, because that Bishop passed during the pandemic.
Yes.
And I was literally alone in the house for weeks, really, and not even knowing how I was going to make it. But God sustained me, and He's still doing it. I want to ask you this. You are not alone, and we understand that, but how did you find your circle? Meaning your circle, the people that undergird who you are. And even to this day, of course, we're in a circle together, but how did you find your circle?
In time, my circle grew, but at first, my circle was my friends, my mom, my dad, and people who've been in my life for some time. And the crazy thing about when I lost Pastor Simmons was I had 3 friends that we're still friends today.
Awesome.
And I had more than 3 friends, but 3 of my friends, they were going through a divorce
Okay.
at the same time. So that's like a death as well.
Sure.
So we all just leaned on each other. And one of them were part of my, me and my husband's, couple group. You know how you have your couples that you go out with.
Sure.
And one was a part of, and my children's godparents. And so I no longer would talk to him, but I still talk to her.
Okay.
We still are connected, and some have transitioned to remarried, and one of them remarried their husband. So we've been in this transition together. So we've helped each other. It's about helping each other, like we help each other.
We do.
God will send people that will help you with what you're going through, and so we lean on each other like we do. We lean on each other. We thank God for you. I thank God for you. I thank God for the friendship. God knew our journey, and I believe because God knew our journey, He put us together.
Yeah.
I never wanted this journey for you, but God knew this would be your journey as well.
I never wanted it for me either. But to see you come through, and I know everything wasn't easy, but to see you come through all that you had gone through with who your husband was and it still is today, how his voice still rings over the world, but to see you persevere and to raise 2 beautiful girls, and not just them, but I've even seen you take children that wasn't your own and raise them in your house like they were your own, because I really believe that it takes a village to help children to get through whatever. And so you're one of the strongest women, a widow woman that I know on this side of heaven, and you never changed. And just your strength. And even though we all have our private moments, and I know you know my story, and you know how much I loved him. And so just to have you at not just at 5 a.m. in the morning praying for us, and you pray for all of us, and there's not a time that we don't pray for you. And even though we're not as vocal, but you are an eagle that has shown that even in grieving, because there are stages, and you have you are still getting through through it, because people say, well, what is there a time limit on grieving? See, not only that you grieve for yourself, but again, we talked about your children, and they grown now. But is there a time limit on grieving?
No, grief is a journey.
Yeah.
It starts out severe, but as you go through your journey, it'll be times, 18 years, you still have the memory.
Yeah.
But the pain is not as severe.
Yeah.
Is when it started. It's more like a smile, more than, wow, thank you, Lord, for allowing this person to be a part of my life and a part of my heart.
And you, like you say, you just learn how to deal with it. It gets a little, just cope, just cope and putting your oxygen on. And if you have anything that you would like to leave with a widow that is experiencing loss and have children, what would that be?
I would tell them to don't close out people, and trust the people that God sent. And they may not look like you.
Yeah. Yep.
Because we look for certain things to look a certain way.
Right.
And they may not look like you. So don't close people out. Be open enough to trust the people that God sent. Let's look at Ruth and Naomi. Because Naomi lost. Ruth lost something, but Naomi lost real big. And she was pushing Ruth out. But Ruth was the person that was going to help her
Right.
get to her next place in destiny.
Right.
And you
Right.
got to, don't close out the people that don't look like you.
That's real good. That's good. Don't close out the people that look like you and really may not have experienced
What you
it.
experience.
And even on that level.
Don't push the wrong people away.
Don't push the wrong people away. That's good. Now, that's real good. I almost saw a book in that, Angie. I want to ask you, where can social media find you? How can they get in touch with you? And of course, you mentioned your book, and we know that you have a conference, a prayer conference. I want you to tell them about that and how they can connect with Pastor Angelic Simmons.
Connect with me at www.angelicministries.org. Everything about me is on that website. You can click to not only the conference, but you can click also to where I pastor everything.
Well, you pastor everything. Now tell them where your church is.
Social media, everything. My church is at 1320 Rock Cut Road, Forest Park, Georgia. Total Victory Worship Center.
Tell me how Total Victory began.
Total Victory started as New Citadel Hope Christian Church, but it began when I knew that the Lord said move, because I had too much fight in the place that I was in. And they didn't desire me. They didn't want me, because you don't make a person be interim pastor for 2 years. So I had to move,
Wow.
because I couldn't hold up my destiny any longer,
That's good.
waiting on people to accept me to be their pastor.
And people try to make you be something or hold you
me
hostage to your past when God is trying to move you to your future. Well, I'm happy that it was birthed. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. I want to thank you for just sharing this seat with me, not just the seat for now, but the seat of life. And thank you for joining the widow's seat. I appreciate you so much. Listen, y'all follow Pastor Angelic Simmons. There are great things to come.